In this episode, we delve into the divide between the dreams of young girls and the obstacles that hinder their pursuit. We examine the complex realities they face, from societal expectations to systemic barriers, and explore the impact these challenges have on their aspirations.
The performances explore the root causes of this gap and emphasize the pressing need for equal opportunities and systemic change. This journey reveals resilience and progress being made towards a future where every girl's dreams have the opportunity to thrive.
Let's talk about the dream gap.
What's that? It's the gap that comes between girls and their capabilities.
You see, starting at age 5, girls stop believing they can be presidents, scientists, astronauts,
Big thinkers,
CEOs, and the list goes on. Why?
because
What else are we going to believe when by age 7 we are more likely to think that boys are smarter than us?
that's ridiculous. When they are 3 times less likely to be given a science-related toy.
That's sad. When our parents are twice as likely to Google, is my son gifted, than is my daughter gifted? That's not cool. We need to see brilliant women
Being brilliant.
and see how they got to where they are.
To imagine ourselves doing what they do, but we can't do it alone. Moms, dads, brothers,
Bosses, we need all of you to help.
we need to close the dream gap.
It's up to all of us.
We will now be seeing a witty yet powerful play titled The New Woman that navigates the complexities of societal status, marriage, and the evolving roles of women in society. Set against a backdrop of shifting social norms, this performance captures the tension between tradition and modernity as characters grapple with questions of duty, respect, and equality.
Get ready to be moved by a story that celebrates the courage of those who dare to challenge convention and redefine their relationships in a changing world.
We begin in the house of Gerald Cazenove, a young man who recently returned from Oxford. Colonel Cazenove and his friend Sylvester visit him. Enjoy the show as these characters navigate the evolving landscape of societal roles and expectations.
Is my nephew at home?
No, Colonel, but I expect him soon.
I'll wait. What a stench of flowers. Sit down, Sylvester.
I feel out of place. I don't really know Cazenove.
I've called upon him once before. This place is full of strange modern ideas.
I thought he was still up the river.
He returned yesterday. He's my nephew and I intend to set him straight. He's smart, takes after his aunt, Caroline.
Lady Wargrave was remarkable. But times have changed. Women's roles and equality are evolving.
These new ideas about women are just confusing. Women trying to be men and vice versa. It's bewildering.
My wife is part of these circles. She even wrote a book on higher morality.
It's all nonsense. Women should stay in their place.
Good afternoon. Sorry to keep you waiting.
How's Agnes?
We are working together on a project. Would you like to stay for tea? We are expecting her to join us.
I came to announce Lady Wargrave's visit after 10 years.
Jack?
Didn't expect you here.
I was home all morning.
I'll be home for dinner.
Only mutton.
I'll dine at the club then. Goodbye all.
I'll come with you.
Typical. No warning yet expects a feast.
There's a difference between cold mutton and a feast.
Husbands are all alike. The ancient saw his wife as a slave. The modern sees her as a cook.
Agnes, I have something to share.
Oh, interesting.
I'm in love. She's a revelation.
Really? Is she that attractive?
To me,
Is she a lady?
socially beneath me. But what social station?
This sounds like infatuation.
It feels genuine.
You don't know women. True love is a union of souls, not just attraction.
Of man and woman.
Lady Wargrave is here.
My dear aunt,
Gerald? Let me look at you. I don't like that necktie.
it shall be changed today, aunt.
You did your duty at Oxford. Nothing more.
It is a work of a genius, none but a true poet.
Gerald, you haven't introduced me.
Forgive me. Mrs. Sylvester, my aunt.
Mrs. Sylvester, pleased to meet you. But I don't see Jack.
He has just gone.
Mr. Casanova and I are collaborating on the ethics of marriage.
Ah, that will be interesting.
I will not trespass any longer. Good day, Lady Wargrave.
A woman has the same rights as a man.
Absolutely. If men have freedom, so should we. Equality means the same rights and opportunities. Anything less is unacceptable.
Excuse my ignorance, but is this the new women I've heard about?
Do you object to modernity?
My only issue with new things is how quickly they age.
Aunt Caroline, I'm in love with Marjorie. I want to marry her.
Marjorie, you once maid?
Yes, we've decided to be together despite the challenges.
Then you'll face ridicule and opposition.
I know, aunt, but Marjorie is worth it.
Then you have my support.
Sometimes love is the only thing that any societal prejudices.
Marjorie, will you marry me?
Yes, Gerald.
A year later, in Gerald's study, tension rises as family and friends gather. Amid playful banter and serious discussions, the challenges of Gerald and Marjorie's wedding come to light. Watch as evolving societal roles and personal conflicts unfold.
Gerald? Gerald? Great news. Lady Wargrave invited us to a tea party.
Aunt is thawing at last.
Captain Sylvester is here.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all. Marjorie?
Penalty for being cross.
Mrs. Casanova can do no wrong. May I wait for Agnes?
Certainly.
Good morning, dear. Captain Sylvester, here without Agnes?
Mrs. Sylvester is coming and Gerald is in the next room. I'll go wake him.
How long do you think their marriage will last?
What do you mean?
People say Casanova is bored.
I don't think his wife is.
I'll help Marjorie see things differently. Mind if I smoke?
Not at all.
You should learn to smoke.
Do you like smoking?
No, but I do it on principle.
The wrong principle.
Miss Bethune is here.
How are you, dear?
Victoria?
Now you have company. I'll say good day. I have waited for my wife long enough.
Quite a change for him. He should meet his wife more often.
Uncle!
Marjorie, Miss Bethune, I presume.
Yes, Colonel.
Lovely to see you all together.
If you'll excuse me, I'll say good morning.
I should let Gerald know that you're here.
Miss Victoria?
She tries to be a man and fails. I prefer women to be womanly.
The best of them.
I'm worried about Agnes. She and your nephew are too close. A third person should be present.
To protect the man.
Men always protect each other. Women should do the same.
So it's Agnes you're worried about?
Yes, she's the moth and he's the candle.
Really?
Oh, you men, you're all alike.
Marjorie,
Oh, Lady Wargrave.
I'm here to make amends. Your marriage was a shock, but I see Gerald's choice may be wise.
Thank you. I knew you'd come around.
Is your marriage happy?
Very happy. Gerald's always busy with his new book, but we're fine.
Aunt, thank you for coming.
I believe we've met before.
Yes, at my nephew's chamber. How is the work going?
It's progressing.
I'd be happy to help if needed. And we must go out together soon, Marjorie.
That sounds lovely. What does she mean?
Aunt has her ways of speaking.
Is it a riddle?
Let's get back to work. We've had too many interruptions.
We should be much quiet at home.
Yes, let's focus. Did I mention that Marjorie's laughter is driving me mad? She's hopeless.
Gerald, I have something to ask. Do you love me?
Marjorie, what's wrong?
Set in Lady Wargrave's drawing room, this scene brings upon various characters as they discuss and confront the changing dynamics of love, marriage, and societal roles. Amid lively debates and personal revelations, the tension between tradition and modernity reach a climax.
Miss Victoria and Mr. Pettigrew are here.
Good evening, Lady Wargrave. I have got a friend with me, Mr. Percy Pettigrew.
Percy Bysshe Pettigrew.
One of my friends at Oxford.
His supercilia are quoted everywhere.
Dr. Bevan, Miss Bethune and Captain Sylvester are here.
The theater is dying.
The novel will sweep everything before it.
You mean the female novel?
Nothing can stop it.
No, it stops at nothing.
I must not admit there's any physiological necessity.
What is your view, Colonel?
My dear Miss Bethune, women expresses all views. First, reconcile your internal differences.
Women have future. Men only have pasts.
The institution of marriage needs reconsideration.
The sooner, the better. When the institution of marriage is reconsidered, man will have another chance.
The one mitigating circumstance about man is that he occasionally cooperates in the creation of women.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Thinking
Of whom?
of Marjorie.
Has she said anything?
No, not a word.
Of course she heard.
What did I say? What did I do? What must she think of me? I can't bear this suspense.
This is pure pity, Gerald.
Pity for myself.
She was no wife for you.
If she was no companion, did I make her one?
Need you tell me all this?
Yes, Mrs. Sylvester, it's best I should. Forget my folly and forget your own.
Mine was no folly.
What is left of my life you may command, but my heart is not mine to bestow.
Gerald!
Yes, this is how it ought to be. The world when Gerald loved me.
Alone, Mrs. Casner?
Yes, I'm a new woman.
What is it all about?
It's about love.
Aren't they the same thing?
When the love is gone, so is the marriage.
Ah, Marjorie, if heaven had given me such a wife as you.
Heaven didn't and doesn't enter it.
Gerald doesn't love you. Honestly, I love you. Why should your life be wasted?
Well, have you finished?
No.
So I'm to learn to be unfaithful. Is that it?
Suppose your husband left you?
I would have no other because I love him and I don't love you.
What has he said?
Nothing for your ears. Sylvester, leave me with my husband.
Marjorie, speak. I have a right to know.
You have no right.
You will not tell me.
No.
Then he shall.
Stand back. You shall not go.
What? You defend him?
Against you? I do. Who are you to question him? Are your own hands clean?
Marjorie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm going home.
To Maple Durham?
We'll say our goodbyes now.
Marjorie, wait. We can still make this work.
Perhaps, but not tonight.
I love you, Marjorie.
Then show it. Bye.
As we move to an orchard at Maple Durham, a month has passed and the complexities of love, duty and equality continue to unfold. Stay tuned as Gerald, Marjorie and Sylvester navigate the intertwined fates to find the balance between personal desires and moral obligations.
Dad, where should I put these apples?
Give it to me. I have the broadest shoulders. I'll take them.
Thank you, Dad.
Marjorie, I'm so glad to see you. I've come to tell you that I've left my wife.
I've heard about that. But what does that mean for us?
I care for you, but my leaving her wasn't just about us. It doesn't feel right.
You're right. You must go back to her.
But Marjorie, I'm torn. I've left her, but my heart is with you.
Love isn't just about desires. It's about respect and duty. You must honor your commitment to her.
I think you're right. I have been selfish.
And remember, you need to treat her with respect and equality.
Marjorie, your wisdom and strength are incredible. I will return to her and I'll strive to be the man she deserves.
I hope you both find happiness.
Thank you, Marjorie. I'll never forget your kindness.
Marjorie,
Oh, Lady Wargrave,
why didn't you confide in me?
some griefs are too sacred to be shared.
If Gerald wishes you to return, would you?
Only if he truly wants me to, not out of duty.
Marjorie, I came to ask for your forgiveness.
You have it.
Sylvester left his wife because of me.
No, he left to make love to me. I sent him back.
Then, I'm free to say how I've always loved you.
You have not lost me, Gerald.
Marjorie, my wife again.
And remember, I'm just a woman.
And that's all I want you to be.
This reunion stands for more than love. It stands for equality. Both of you remember to love and respect each other as equals. That's the true foundation of any partnership.